All right, cool. I'm live. Let me fix this one little hair that's just bothering me. This hair is coming out tomorrow. You hear me? I'm over it. Over it. Hated it. Over it. Um, okay. Hello, YouTube. It's me. Hmm. Let me set my other lives up. Oh, I should probably get rid of my gum. Hey, fam. It's Tahara Renee Christie, and I'm here streaming live in three different sources. I'm actually really proud of myself because I'm not just streaming in one space, I'm streaming in three different spaces. So, Yoni Talk Live is officially on Instagram, on YouTube, and on TikTok. And I'm excited because I'm going to continue to expand these offerings, and you will see me look in various spaces that I'm talking to you all. It's crazy. I have two phones. I got two phone. Anyhow, so I'm able to do this on my phones as well as on my computer for YouTube because it's just a little bit more elaborate. But I'd love for you all to share Yoni Talk Live so we can get more people excited about this opportunity to chat. So please, definitely share this with friends and family, get people excited about it because my goal is eventually to take as many questions as I can about women's hygiene and just general women empowerment. And whether we're talking about that physically, mentally, emotionally, we want all bases covered. So join me now. I'm just putting that out there for the crew on the Facebook to know that it is available to them. But of course, we have it here for our YouTube audience as well. And I'm so excited because my podcasts are not meant to belabor, they're not meant to overwhelm. They're just meant to offer an opportunity for people to share information that they might find important with themselves and share with others that may find this type of information useful. I find that a lot of times people have the ability or the desire to ask questions, but they don't ask them because they're sort of embarrassed by them. As a person who has got many 5-star reviews for my Yoni products, and I've had many people in my inboxes give me their personal experience of what they liked or didn't like about their own women's hygiene situation. I am without judgment and always here to help and support the advancement and divine worship of women because we are amazing and we deserve all the support and help that we can get. So, with that, I want to give you guys a little bit of background. For those of you who are brand new to this, my name is Tahara Renee Christie. I am founder and creative director of Amopo, which means self-love in French, and I manufacture personal hygiene products that cater to sensitive skin from a melanated perspective. Our slogan is live in love, treat yourself kindly, and clean beauty for all, because I truly believe in offering clean beauty that supports all communities, not just the communities that can afford clean beauty, because it tends to be very expensive to buy natural organic products. But I try to do mine at a price point that serves all people. So for every jar of lotion or bottle of deodorant or bar of soap that I sell, I also yes, I am not. You're on the great. I love it that you're on podcast ships. I don't know what that is. You have to tell me what that is. But I love supporting people and giving them the opportunity to, if they're homeless or they're in need, have access. I think access is like it's a huge commodity like time. Time is one of the biggest commodities we have, time and attention. If you have someone's attention or you take some of their time, you're literally taking from a resource that they cannot replenish. So I feel like access is one of those resources that is a scarcity in today's society because the 1% want to keep their secrets to themselves. They don't want the other 99% knowing about those things. So if I can offer information or support or guidance or love and just general kindness to help people feel a part of something, that's what these lives are all about. So now that we got the introductions out of the way, I want to let you know a little bit about me and why I'm doing this in particular. And actually, let me introduce today's episode because every episode is going to be a little bit different. Last time we talked about self-esteem and self-worth. We talked about feeling good about yourself, about being perfect for your purpose, and just some generalities around the importance of seeing yourself as who you are and how the universe sees you, right? And so this episode, we're going to get a little bit more. I'm not on it. Oh, let's see. I'm asking if I was on it. If so, is right. Oh, wonderful. Oh, yeah, that's right. Hi, Gary. Yes. I'll have to look into that. Thank you for that update and information. I'm just starting out right now. And I used to use, what is it? Stream. So, not soda. I was going to say Soda Stream. StreamYard. But they're like ridiculously expensive. It's like $500 just to put it out there. And I'm like, I'm on 3 devices because it's free. Hello. And until I build this thing into something that I'm going to continue to do it, I said, however I can get this low cost, no cost thing going, that's what I'm going to do. So thank you for giving me that information. I will certainly look into that and see if it fits into what I'm trying to accomplish here. So for episode 6, I'm going to be talking about the cultural myths and clinical truths and what we are taught versus what's actually true. Bars, how about that's bars, right? That's one of those bars that you could only get when you really think about how great it is to wordplay. I love wordplay. It's really awesome. But there are so many myths. There are so many things we just are unaware of that exist and are things that we were taught and told by friends or family that are just not true. And we don't really know how to take that information. So we just adopt it as truth until we figure out the truth for ourselves. And I want to have a real conversation. I don't want to just give you information that you will take and then not do something with, because a lot of our habits didn't come from doctors or science. They actually came from our mothers, our aunties, our friends. And these are things that we heard when we grew up. And while those lessons came from a good place, some of them are actually harming you. And I want to make sure that you're doing things that harm you, that actually love on you and make you feel special and make you feel unique and make you feel empowered and beautiful. Because, again, your divine femininity is a part of who you are and how you were made. You were made perfect for your purpose. And since you're perfect and that perfection actually does exist, we want you to feel good. We want you to feel good because the better you feel, the more great things you are able to produce. Hi, Regina. So that you can actually get the results that you're looking for, which is peace, which is cleanliness, simplicity, kindness, joy. And that all comes from inside of you. It is an inside job. And the more that we can do to protect ourselves and take care of ourselves internally as well as externally, the better you feel. And so I want to give you some breakdowns, okay? I'm here to be careful with my words, but also break down some things and give you the myth versus the truth so you know exactly what they are. So I've got about 8 myths, and I'm going to break down the clinical truth of each of them. So please, 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 thank you so much for joining me, Naturally Fit. So that we can have these discussions as women. So we don't have to be afraid of the things we don't know about and or were not taught correctly. So myth number 1, you should smell like nothing or like soap. Wow, we work in a lot of extremes here in society today, don't we? We absolutely do. And the reality is both of those things are wrong. And I know I've touched upon this in the past here and there. However, let's talk about this again. So clinically, your body is healthy if it smells natural and mild. Now, what does that mean? It's a little bit vague in terms of an actual smell. Should you smell like strawberries or cherries or grapefruit? No, you don't have to, and nor should you smell like anything that is not natural. Your natural smell shouldn't smell like pennies, shouldn't smell like anything sharp or foreign. Yogurt is a great thing to balance your scent off of, because regular yogurt, no flavoring, no scent, has a very mild milky scent to it, right? And our bodies create a milky substance. I can't talk technical with you because I'm also on TikTok, which doesn't like technical terms. I don't get it, but I just say okay. The whole point is you should smell like just yogurt, which is mild, non-offensive, not old yogurt, not yogurt that's been sitting in the refrigerator for 3 months or outside in the hot sun for 3 days. It should be mild. It should be fresh. It should be clean and just mild, not hot and spicy, not medium, mild, right? And whatever that scent is, the earliest memory you have of your natural self before you became active, if you're active, if you know what I mean. So that way you can piggyback off of that as a foundation and build from there. And one of the other things that I always like to say, if there's no scent at all, that's not necessarily the goal. Balance is key. Balancing your scent, balancing how you feel is what you should do. You do know is how you should feel internally and externally. And just so you know, these Yoni Talk lives, I'm not a doctor, right? So I'm not talking about internal flora. I'm talking about external flora, because that is what you can directly control. You cannot directly control what's happening in the canal and beyond the canal into your womb. That's an area that only doctors should go, and only doctors can give advice and information about. So if we're talking about the external flora, you have full control over that. Why? Because you cleanse your body every day, hopefully. If you are cleansing your body every day, and I say cleansing, not washing, not soaping, but cleansing with a gentle baby-like cleanser. And I say baby-like because the foundation of my Yoni wash is foaming. I do foaming specifically because of the fact that it's not a lot of cleanser. It's mostly water and aloe vera, because those are soothing. The goal would be to soothe that part of your body so that you are not irritating it in any type of way with something foreign that hurts it or makes it feel uncomfortable. You should feel fresh when you're done cleansing. Don't soap, because after soap, which you'll feel clean, it's kind of like stripping your scalp of everything when you do a clarifying shampoo. When you strip it, it's clean, but now it's vulnerable. Now it's susceptible to anything and everything that's wanting to penetrate it, because you've taken off all of the protective layers that happen naturally when that part of your body naturally cleanses itself, right? This goes for men and for women, but women are more vulnerable because we have so many holes. It's funny, I was talking to my 11-year-old the other day, and I was breaking down the amount of holes that we have. I was like, we have 3 holes down there. She said, 3? Where's the third? And I was like, girl, let me tell you about your urethra. And sorry, TikTok, I know I use a scientific term. I apologize. But the whole point is, you got to take care of your body and all of its parts, and knowing where everything is and how it functions will only help you to be at your best self at any given time. And that's my goal. So Smith number 1, you should smell like nothing or soap. That's a bad thing to think. You should smell mild, like plain Greek yogurt, which has been cultivated for its deliciousness. Right? No Dove soap. Oh my God, no, no Dove soap. It's so funny that, thank you, Leslie, for that. I appreciate that. And thank you, Naturally Fit. I want you to know about Dove soap. And I used to say this all the time when I talk to ladies about cleansing. This is why I say cleansing and not soap. Dove has so many chemicals in it. More than the chemicals, more than its ingredients. The pH of bar soap, any bar soap, I don't care who made it, I don't care who manufactured it. It could be natural. It could be absolutely, synthetic. Because it's a bar, because it went through a saponification process, the pH on that can never be lower than an 8. And our bodies down there are about a 3.5 to a 4.2 pH. And that is balanced for your yoni area. So if your yoni is acidic, which that's what that means, anything below a 7 is acidic, anything above a 7 is alkaline. That means bar soap, being as alkaline as it is, actually causes irritation when it sits on the body for so long. Because just because you cleanse with soap and you wash it away doesn't mean the soap is gone. That means the residue from it, the natural buildup happens, and that sits on that sensitive part of your body. And guess what most women don't do after? Moisturize. So if you're putting lotion down there, you're further irritating yourself, and you also are susceptible to any of those chemicals and ingredients that are going on your body. So I always tell women, I leave this here. I have my Yoni oil. It has a bunch of skin-loving oils that actually help your body so that you're not hurting yourself. You actually have a protective coat that protects your body from any type of intrusive bacteria or otherwise. And in between showers, you have something that you can utilize until you can take a shower that rebalances your pH, like my Yoni milk. That is such a great question, and I'm so glad you asked it, because a lot of ladies think, well, I'm using Dove up here. I have Dove facial soap up here, but even facial soap, the pH is about a 5. So that pH is still too high for that part of your body. Goes for men as well, men and women. Your pH is very, very acidic. That's why apple cider vinegar is such a great alternative for women when you dilute it and only use it externally. I'm not talking about internally at all, but it helps to naturally strip that area of any foreign bacteria. But again, when you take bacteria away, bad bacteria, you got to replace it with good bacteria. And the good bacteria exist in probiotics, which this has, and those good bacteria eat away at the bad bacteria and then also soothe and coat that area with something like this. You can create your own. You don't have to use these products. You simply get something like jojoba oil or lang lang or red raspberry oil. Something so simple as that will protect and coat and actually support the texture of the skin down there. And you can buy that from your local health food store. My blend happens to be amazing because it includes coating oils as well as penetrating oils that help with both. But regardless, the point is you should be doing some light cleansing, light moisturizing, so you can walk around feeling fresh and protected. That's one thing I know women love, is to feel secure. And one thing I love about my Yoni Care routine is I feel cleansed, I feel fresh, and I feel protected. I'm a married woman. I've been married for 14 years. So you know that thing been thanging. So I got to make sure I keep her nice and fresh. And I do that by properly cleansing with the right tools, as well as taking care of my moisture with non-irritating solutions. So great question. Thank you so much for asking. Let's get to our next myth. I'll do 2 more. Myth number 2, the more you wash, the cleaner you are. No, 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 no. So when some women think, well, I'm going to wash 2 or 3 times a day because I don't feel fresh down there. So I'm just going to keep washing because that makes me feel better. Overwashing, especially with harsh chemicals or fragranted products, disrupts your balance, and it can actually lead to irritation. There is something called vaginal eczema. And that is basically an itch, like somebody who has eczema on their hand and they put lotion on their hand in order to moisturize that part of their skin because of its over irritation. You want to ensure that you have a moisturizer that protects you from over cleansing. So every time you cleanse, moisturize. I'm not saying don't take 3 showers a day if that's what you feel you want to do, but that does not make you extra clean. It actually throws your pH off. And you said, do you agree with shaving? So there's two theories about shaving. That's a great question. Shaving, first of all, not shaving, there's nothing wrong with that, okay? It's totally natural. Your pubic hairs were designed to protect that part of your body. Protects your underarms, protects your groin, protects your rear end, protects your head from the sun beaming down on it, protects your pores. Remember, our bodies are one big organ, which is your pores, which absorb everything around you. Absorbs the sun, absorbs the environmental, good and bad and indifferent, right? So everything gets absorbed. That's why you need a good moisturizer for your body. But this part of our body tends to get ignored because the sun don't see it most of the time, right? And so not shaving is not a bad thing. Yes, additional scent will come from that because of the moisture that occurs in that area. So keep your pubes, but it's like a man who still has foreskin. He has to do extra to keep himself clean. So you have to do extra to keep yourself clean. Not clean more, but do extra to keep yourself clean by having the right products. Now, when you shave, if you shave, many of us do shave, and that's totally fine. You need extra protection for that part of your body to ensure not that it's cleaned more, but that it's coated more. So whereas if you shave, you got a natural barrier protector for that part of your body. When you're unshaven, you don't have that extra barrier protection. So we talked a little bit about red raspberry oil earlier and jojoba oil earlier, because those are great oils that penetrate skin. So if you do a face oil overnight, jojoba is so great because it goes in the skin, gets rid of impurities underneath your facial skin, and improves the skin elasticity on its way out of your skin, right? The same can be said about oils that coat. Coconut oil is a perfect example of an oil that coats. Its job is not to penetrate, just like petroleum jelly, which you should never use on your body anywhere unless you like have a burn and you're at a hospital and they force you to use it. There are alternatives to that. You're literally putting oil and like petroleum on your body. But coconut oil has that same non-penetrative protection that a Vaseline would, but is safe to use in that part of your body as long as you are not allergic to coconut. You can find out if you're allergic or have food sensitivities to coconut by taking a hair strand test and getting that sent in. There are tons of places that do that. But if you're not allergic to coconut oil, you should be eating it. You should be cooking with it. You should be lathering yourself up with it on your body, putting it in your hair. Coconut oil is amazing. Whether you're using MTC oil, which is like the loose version of the coconut oil that solidifies when it's cold. But coconut oil is like everything. I love coconut oil. I love coconut milk. You should be using that as an alternative milk and not those other alternative milk because they're terrible. But coconut milk is amazing. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you think it's informative. Yes, please check it out. Hopefully, I do have packages. I always have packages for things. I want to make sure that everybody feels supported and empowered. So I'm glad to help. I want you guys to know that you are in charge of your personal health. And your personal health is not just mental and emotional and physical, it is also your hygiene, your personal hygiene, and especially in that part of our body. We tend to overhype courting, dating, doing, having our fun, all that great stuff, but we do not overhype how we take care of ourselves after we do those things, right? And I'm not even just talking to the people who do those things, but if you are doing those things, you have more to consider. You have more to consider because now you're including someone else's biology in yours. You already got your own bacteria, your own chemistry, your own stuff going on. You add another person to that chemistry, you are just asking for the intermingling of mess. You don't know their diet. You don't know their situation. You don't know who else they've been with, all those things. So the best thing you could do is protect yourself as naturally as possible so you feel empowered. So if you want to go and you're like, hey, he's the one, she's the one, I want to have some fun tonight, you don't go into a situation feeling scared of yourself. Like protecting yourself, knowledge is power, right? It's not just knowledge, it's wisdom, which is the application of knowledge. So that's what I'm here to do. Give you guys some empowering information that can help you take care of yourselves so we can take care of each other and live our best lives. So this live is going a little bit longer than I expected to, but I'm so happy you guys have asked really great questions. And I'm going to be back on Thursday to do this again. Our Yoni Talk lives are continuing to grow. I do this every Tuesday and Thursday at 3 p.m. PST, Pacific Standard Time. So log on. Even if you can't join, I will definitely be reposting these on my Instagram page. But please, please, please share, like, subscribe. I'm also on YouTube. I'm trying to create and build that following on YouTube as well, because that's the place ultimately these will eventually all go. But please definitely join me. I'll be here Thursday in 2 days, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I look forward to seeing you guys all again. And we'll have a new topic of discussion so that we can continue to talk about these things freely and love on ourselves and each other. So my name is Tahira Renee Christie with Amor Pro. This was Yoni Talk Live, and I will see you again here on Tuesday and Thursday of every week. And come here with the questions. Bring your questions. I want to answer them. And I thank you guys for your time. God bless you all.